Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are gonna be continuing the Let's Play for Reverse 1999. And today, just like last time when we finished up last time we finished up a huge portion of the main story with the first 4 chapters, but like I said back then, after every of these main story chapters going from there, we're gonna be jumping into one of the anecdotes, and today is gonna be the anecdote for Eternity. When I asked at the beginning of this Let's Play, you guys, which anecdotes from these are interesting to take a peek at, Eternity was one of the ones you guys were hyping up pretty much, or rather saying pretty much to take a look at this one, including Eric as well. But like I said back then, Eric is gonna be waiting until her story gets reintroduced into the game, because I also heard it would be a good idea to have that side story in before checking out Eric's anecdote. But I'm definitely looking forward to that one in the future. But today, Eternity. I have no idea about the character, what she's about. Well, actually not outside anything. I have no idea. Literally. The only thing I've heard about the character is when I had her for a solid month in like the lobby to collect the bond and increase the bond with her, and that was about it. And that's maybe like 2 or 3 voice lines in there. So completely blind like last time with Wiki. This will be interesting. But yeah, anyway, as always guys, thank you very much for all the likes and the comments you leave on these episodes. Last time was quite a lot of comments being very hyped for the next story chapter. But before I say something about that, very quickly, on the last episode, at Spellbook said, and this is in a correlation with what I was kind of asking at the beginning, or was kind of surprised at the beginning of the previous part when I was talking about the 3-door stuff, Spellbook said, "It's true, you're the only content creator I saw that does the 3 doors. Most of them only do the story, events, and anecdotes. I'm assuming because most of them live stream and the puzzles take time. The power of editing." Oh yeah, editing helps with that a lot, trust me. Or maybe because they play a bajillion other gacha games and they have to keep up. Pretty much all of the things you just said in that one comment is the truth. All of that is pretty much, I mean, I'm pretty much in the same boat when it comes to that. When it comes to Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Genshin, I pretty much, for all 3 of those, I pretty much just stream the main story components, and I have no time to stream like smaller quests or world quests in Genshin, for example, or in Star Rail it would be the like orange quests that stay in the game after their event period is done. And Wuthering Waves also has a couple of stuff that I never have the time to stream, but main story I will always stream for those games because it's interesting, which kind of reminds me of, I will be probably coming next week stream the one Trailblaze quest that is currently available in Star Rail, just to catch up with that as well, but that's for another day. But yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat of, I have time to stream the story, but yeah, Let's Playing something is quite a bit probably more powerful tool to preserve and show a bit more to people, at least in my opinion, because like you guys saw, I can edit in extra articles and stuff, references, can show you stuff, pictures, throw in a little bit here and there. You have time to do the research, you know. You don't have a lot of dead air in a Let's Play compared to a live stream when you wanna look something up. So it's definitely working out better. But yeah, all I can say about the 3 doors is very interesting. So far, the first 3 ones being about the Mesmers was very interesting. Now this next set being about someone from my own country, Croatia, Nikola Tesla, and his alternative history here is gonna be very interesting. I haven't yet recorded the next part, which will be in the next Let's Play part, not today, but in the next part. But yeah, I'm very interested, I want to see. In general, when I play these games, even when I play them on live stream, I said it the last time, as well, Metaphor, for example. I literally did anything story related in that game that I could find and went through all of it, and I enjoyed all of it. For The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak early in the year, I did literally everything from just main story to side quests to just talking to every single NPC in the city, because they are part of the whole picture in the story, and there was quite a twist with the NPCs at the end of the story. I'm not gonna say more than that, but damn, I was shocked when that came around. So it was worth it. And then earlier in the year as well, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Literally did anything that was story related in that game that I could find, and I had a blast. And that was on a live stream, so you can imagine how much easier it is here in a Let's Play format, where I can just cut everything down, reduce the dead air that is usually present in a live stream, and it's much easier to consume to anybody who just wants to, you know, just to watch and listen and just hear thoughts about the story and stuff like that. Conversations, keep the conversation going, essentially. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Sorry about that. But yeah, thank you, Swellbook, for pointing that out. Very pretty much on point with that comment. And yeah, like I said to everybody else, I see the hype for chapter 6. Like I said, keep in mind we're gonna go through the anecdote and Green Lake first, and then we're gonna jump into chapter 6. But I will be doing pretty much a similar pacing to what I did back then when we started with the Let's Play, when I had quite a lot of time before Arcanists took over my life. So we're gonna be doing a couple of parts per week and get this rolling very quick. It will not be a long time until chapter 6. But anyway, Eternity. Let's see what you are about. Ooh. Okay. An old dream left. Let's see. I often think of that place, with the lake water seeping through the cabin and the desk lamp calmly strolling amid cobwebs and beams. Interesting. The Winifred. 2 Winifred, sorry. Okay, who are you? My name is Brian Finn. Okay, you're a bit older than I imagined in the first breath. A less than accomplished film director. With the meager talents given to me by God, I've made films that defy classification as either good or bad. Yet I've never managed to create a film I can truly call my own. No, even the generosity of the divine has reached its end. That's a messy room. Oh god, you're even older than I thought. Alright. Need to go even older. His rough hand trembles as it gropes around. It runs over the table's edge, brushes past a half-open medicine box, knocks over an uncapped pen, but never reaches its intended destination. Okay, so I'm gonna guess he's somehow involved with Eternity, because that's the only vibe for Eternity that I'm getting, that she's some kind of film star. I think.
Please.
Who are you? Oh, is that her? Is that her actual name? Okay, let's see. Dad, stop looking through those old film reels. Dr. David said you should be resting in bed. Besides, your work's already won over all those investors, and they're sharper than Wall Street's finest. What regrets could you possibly have left? Her brother speaks up, his pride in his father's achievements ringing in his voice.
Yes.
Yeah, Dad. The critics have nothing but praise for your movies, especially New England Dream. The old man's hand lingers in the air.
Oh, my dear boy. New England Dream is the biggest regret of my life. 40 years squandered on that thing, and I still never truly completed it. The editing alone took up years of my life.
Sounds like me.
But no matter how many changes I made, I couldn't fill that emptiness. That failure has haunted me for decades. To this very day, in fact. At this point, I have no choice but to confess that I failed to capture the essence of a true vampire.
Huh. Is this a call back to an interview with a vampire, potentially? At least what he tried to do? Ooh.
Not even a sliver of that elusive inspiration.
The old man becomes agitated, sparking a coughing fit.
Compared to the vampire I saw, it lacks something vital, some essential element.
But what could that be, Dad?
I don't know.
A hushed silence falls in the bedroom. Even the sound of Brian's hurried breaths is fading. They are becoming slow and intermittent, as if they might cease at any moment. A profound regret weighs heavily upon each breath.
Son, would you get me my notebook from the desk?
Yes.
Yes, and turn it to the latest page.
Hold on. Yes, Dad. I'll get it right away. The boy hastens out the door, while the girl looks at her father with a melancholy gaze, her face etched with concern. Aww. But your eyes.
Don't worry about me, Ilya.
His eyes have long lost their vitality. They're embedded in deep, wrinkled sockets.
It's been my faithful companion for many years. Even with these failing eyes of mine, I can still read the thing through touch alone.
Dad, here it is. Robin carefully places the notebook in his father's hand.
Yes, this is far more useful than any concoction of pills. Don't you agree, old friend?
With some effort, he steadies his frail frame.
I still need you to document everything faithfully. At least for now, anyway. We have one last journey to make. The final stretch. Now, where should I begin? This tale begins in New England, I believe. Back then, I was young, timid, and filled with fear of the unknown.
This is quite the start to a story. Quite liking this. 1930s New England. Oh. A cabin, nestled between dense woods and a lake. A common sight in any horror film. Moss climbs the windowsills and eaves of the cabin's exterior as if silently repelling any visitors. Sadly, it does nothing to repel young, reckless children. Oh, damn. You reckon there's really a witch here brewing potions from baby air? What kind of balloony are you talking about now? that there's a vampire hanging around in these woods. You know, the kind that has fangs with hollow tips so it can pierce the skin on your neck and suck your blood. He places his hand on the quivering shoulder beside him.
Hey!
Good grief, would you look at our little Brian? If he shivered any faster, he could be a hand crank operator at my uncle's generator factory. I bet he's already got a fresh diaper at the ready. Baby Brian. Cut it out, guys. We should head back. I really don't want to fall behind on Mrs. Madison's homework. Jared pats him on the shoulder and pushes him forward. Not very, little Brian. Legend has it that the vampire is keen on blood from strapping young men, not scrawny little monkeys. The Brian will be the safest one among us. The pressure on Brian's shoulder intensifies. That legend's probably a bunch of hooey, right? Of course it is. Yeah, so what are you so afraid of, little Brian? A breeze blows past the door, causing it to creak creepily. Off you go, good sir. Take a gander deeper inside for us and say, "How do you do to Mr. Vampire?" Assholes. They shove from behind, sends Brian staggering forward. He falls into an even more sinister-looking room, hitting his head on the corner of a table.
Oh.
Oh. Wait. What were the kids called again? Oh, Tom is the... Okay. Oh, look what you've done now, you klutz. You've scared off all the critters. Ouch. My head. Bye-bye, little Brian. We'll be waiting for your triumphant return to town. Assholes. The door slams shut.
Hey!
Don't leave me here. You can't do this to me. I don't want to be eaten by a vampire. Oh, the heartbeat is nice. His head spins as his consciousness slips away into darkness. A loud rumbling sound approaches from afar. Oh, that is loud. That noise. It feels like my head's about to explode. Good lord, is that an earthquake? Ooh. Blue. A subtle blue seeps into the room. From under the bed, through the cracks in the wooden floor.
You are...
Oh. I think I'm seeing where this is going. Am I hallucinating? Or is this... Is there really a vampire living here? Blue ripples wash over the walls. The desk, the lamp, and the wooden chair are all tinged with its cool hue. They pick themselves up and start moving. They dance in the endless blue, eventually surrounding the young boy. It is as if they have been brought to life.
Oh.
Okay. Oh my, hi. Okay, I see what's going on. I thought... Oh, this is auto-scrolling? Okay, I'm gonna read this in a second. I thought that...
May I ask?
May I ask? But yeah, anyway, I thought at the beginning that it's gonna be... holy shit, how much auto-scrolling is there? That the girl Ilya is gonna be... like... eternity later on. Like her stage name or something. Okay. Also, that was very pretty. Okay, old man, hold on before I do the old man voice. So... You don't look too well, my uninvited friend. Need a hand? I am... you... Are you a vampire? The angel-faced woman seems uninclined to answer. Clearly, you're in desperate need of a good rest. The blue has reached his temples, blanketing everything in sight. He gives in, sinking into slumber and returning to tranquility. Okay. So she's a vampire? Oh, supposedly so far. Okay. I mean, that kind of now explains her skills a bit better with the whole self-injuries shit and self-healing. Okay, okay.
I have never forgotten what I saw that day. I firmly believe that in that cramped little cabin, I saw a true vampire. She was so beautiful, so captivating, and brimming with a passion for life. That was our first encounter. After that, I fantasized countless times about meeting her again. Until...
Okay. Oh, immediately getting the background up at the start. Wiki's one was at the very butt end of the whole thing. Okay. Okay, this is interesting, so let's keep going. Savior out of the blue. She saved a potential embarrassment and salvaged a heart that couldn't let go.
The war came, forcing all of us to put aside childish things and grow up, myself included. It was a cruel and solemn mass farewell.
Oh yeah, World War II.
It forced every one of us to say goodbye to our dreams, to the past, and to the world we knew. Before I knew it, I was conscripted and boarded an army jeep, venturing into foreign lands.
Where are you gonna meet her then again? Whoa. 1940s Officers Club. The atmosphere rises amidst the clinking of glasses as if everyone should toast to the victory at hand. While they still can. While they still can. Cheers, gents! He drains his glass in one gulp.
No brighter tomorrow. Sergeant Finn, why the hell are you still clutching that little book of yours? You ain't writing sweet nothing to a dame back home, are you?
Come on, there's nothing wrong with that. And I can tell you now, Pete, when you get back home, you'll be spinning tales even taller than Brian here. Go ahead and write whatever you want, Brian, and don't forget to mention the part where I led the charge. He slaps Brian's shoulder heartily. Brian clutches his notebook. This isn't a letter, it's my research. Oh, all the scars on his face as well, that's a neat little detail.
Oh, well, that's something you don't hear every day. Let me have a look.
He strides forward, snatching the notebook from Brian's hands. Hey, there are just a few rough ideas. It's not finished yet. The other man doesn't seem to care.
A compilation of data on mysterious vampires.
You ain't got a torch for our Miss Julia, have ya?
I'll admit she's got a gentle touch when she's bandaging us up, and the way she draws blood is very light. I almost fell asleep the last time she did it.
Tough luck, Brian. You've got more rivals here than a dog has fleas.
But I'm sure comparing Miss Julia to Vampire will earn you a sock on the jaw from some of the straighter shooters in this squad.
They look at Brian with pity, as if mourning his lost cause. This isn't for Julia. Brian shakes his head firmly, a serious expression on his face. Being called a vampire is hardly insulting. They're symbols of beauty, purity, and everlasting life. You say that, but have you ever even laid eyes on a real vampire?
They're just made-up stories I believed when I was a kid.
Of course.
Oh, you are much politelier spoken, whatever the generic voice they gave you.
But I'll grant ya that they're pretty handy for spooking the little rascals.
I've seen a real vampire. They fall into a brief silence. Oh god, the silence. Then a burst of raucous laughter. Yep.
I gotta hand it to ya, Sergeant Finn. Your sense of humor's something else. You've got a real knack for storytelling.
It's true.
I'm being serious. When I was a kid, I saw her. Ever since then, I've been on the hunt for more information about her, even just the slightest sliver. She was perfect. Everything I could ever imagine. Just like... What are you looking at?
Brian, you don't think there's a vampire lurking somewhere at this shindig, do ya?
Brian scans the room, eagerly seeking to validate his claim. The club is bustling with people. The heavy conversation and crisscrossing lights make his head spin. As Brian's eyes sweep the room, he abruptly comes to a halt. Oh, she's here. Hey. What a delight it is to see you here again, Miss Kate.
Dear.
Isn't it just? It's been ages since we last saw each other.
Oh.
Oh, how I envy you, Winifred. You haven't aged a bit. Time does have an elusive magic, doesn't it? Oh god, the heartbeat. Brian's hands begin to tremble. He rubs his eyes in disbelief. He tries to speak, but a lump in his throat says otherwise. Then he croaks out. Oh, this is gonna be fun if this whole anecdote is just Brian stumbling through the ages and finding eternity all over again. It's her. Before he realizes what he's doing, he's striding toward her.
Hey!
Hey, Brian! What's the big idea? He tugs at Brian's sleeve, his voice lowered. Have you lost it, man? You know she's a looker. Even more so than Miss Julia, but that lady's way out of our league. I spied her over in the commander's office. Even the top brass tips their hats to her.
I hear she's a special guest of our munition supplier. Even got ties to the underground here, apparently. You better kiss that pipe dream goodbye.
He grabs the air where the cuff of Brian's shirt should be, but it is already gone. He's gone. He's on a mission. Brian's on a mission. Brian is now standing in front of her, the notebook in his hand trembling violently.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am?
Huh.
Hello, sir. That was quite the entrance. She smiles gently, seemingly used to such disturbances.
I'm sorry.
Oh, please accept my apologies, ma'am. I didn't mean to offend you. It's, just, you look just like someone I met a long time ago. Not exactly the slickest line I've ever heard. Sir, if you hope to make new acquaintances, I sincerely suggest you choose a less cliched opener next time. I'm gathering information on vampires. That's why I had to talk to you. The lady before him chuckles ambiguously. You catch on quick. But do I really look like a vampire? Perhaps it's because of my striking white hair. It is saddening when those noble ladies pester me to reveal the secret behind maintaining such a style.
No.
No, you misunderstand. I believe that vampires are a special race possessing advantages ordinary people don't. For instance, using human blood as nourishment allows them to gain stronger physiques and, more importantly, maintain their vitality and appearance for much longer. They're the embodiment of beauty and the favorite children of God. That's quite an imaginative theory. But it doesn't quite align with medical science, does it? She downs her drink in one swig. The creatures that most closely resemble your description are bats. They feed on human blood and are active at night, but they don't gain long lives or beautiful faces in doing so. On the contrary, they're filthy and germ-ridden, making them one of the animals we despise most. Even in the realm of arcane biology, no such individuals exists. If there is, in fact, a race capable of eternal life, they would be marred by ugliness and prone to disease. I, on the other hand, have heard some more substantial tales. The Rusalki, by the water's edge. They have long flowing hair, snatch up sailors, and plunder their ships to maintain their appearance. Of course, rather than indulging in hearsay, you could always venture north and see them for yourself. What was it called again? Rusalki. I've never heard that name before. Hold on, let me take a peek. Does that mean mermaids or something similar? Alright, so yeah, I was right with the mermaid stuff, but anyway, it says here in Slavic folklore, and before we continue, yes, I know Croatia, Slavic, yada yada, but Rusalka is something I've never heard about here, so it's kind of, like you're gonna see in a second, it's kind of more oriented towards the Polish, Ukrainian, Russian territory kind of region. But anyway, it says here, in Slavic folklore, the Rusalka is a female entity often malicious towards mankind and frequently associated with water. It has counterparts in other parts of Europe, such as the French Melusine and the Germanic Nixie. Folklorists have proposed a variety of origins for the entity, including that they may originally stem from Slavic paganism, where they may have been seen as benevolent spirits. Rusalki appear in a variety of media and modern popular culture, particularly in Slavic language-speaking countries, where they frequently resemble the concept of the mermaid. In northern Russia, the Rusalka was also known by various names such as the, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these, Vodyanitsa, Kupalka, Shutovka, and Loshkotuka. I think that's how you say that. But anyway, in Ukraine, the Rusalka was called a Mavka. Those names were more common until the 20th century, and the word Rusalka was perceived by many people as bookish scholarly. But yeah, anyway, that's about that. So yeah, kind of mermaid-esque. Anyway. But I swear I've seen you before.
Oops.
Hush. If you don't want to be seen as an agent of the underworld or a spy dispatched by an arms dealer, stop attracting so much attention. Those people are all ruthless extremists. They don't want anyone more than necessary to be mixed up in emerging intelligence. It'd be better for the both of us. Thank you. Brian looks around. His companions are still waving at him from afar.
But...
And nevertheless, I still believe that vampires exist. I won't give up. He nods and makes to leave. Wait, young man? It's an exquisitely crafted business card, with both deep and shallow patterns reflected on it. It feels almost watery to the touch. Okay, so yeah, if she is supposed to be a Rusalka instead of a vampire, then yeah, it makes more sense about the whole water theme. Anyway. Oh? Take it. Winifred, ma'am, my name's Brian. Very good, Mr. Brian.
Fascinating.
Maybe one day we'll do business together. Right. Brian, momentarily stunned, realizes that she has already vanished without a trace. He places the business card into his breast pocket, carefully smoothing out the creases. But, did I really remember it all wrong? No, you remembered it right. You just didn't know the context, buddy. Okay, this is fun. Alright. Movie boom. Okay, so this is gonna be some... I'm gonna guess this is gonna be in the 50s. And he's starting to become a director. We experience movies, dreams, and the constant movement of time.
Everything that happened that night vanished almost as abruptly as it appeared. Except for the card that remained pressed against my chest. Due to a number of events, I never did go looking for that woman named Winifred. Of course, I continued to collect everything I could about vampires, despite the rest of the world seeing this as a total waste of time. Ooh. Eventually, even the ribbing from my comrades quieted down. Some died on the battlefield, while others went missing, never to be heard from again. It seemed as though everything around me was silently saying that our previous encounter was nothing more than an ephemeral shadow, something not even worth remembering. The war raged on, showing one young life after another into the fray. They rushed to the battlefield and never once looked back.
Of course.
And of course, that included yours truly.
Whoa, flashbang, Jesus, my eyes.
It wasn't long before I, too, felt the effect of war. During an offensive on an empty outpost, I caught a stray bullet to the chest.
Oh, is this where his coughing is coming from?
I was rushed to a field hospital, but to the doctor's surprise, the wound wasn't serious. Other than some scrapes and the usual chronic joint ache from too much marching, I was fine.
But
It wasn't the cards. It was the card nestled against my chest. It stopped the bullet.
How thick is that card, man? Or what the hell is the card made from? Titanium?
When the bullet struck, there was a warm sensation in my chest. A kind of soothing vibration.
Or was there an enchantment on the card?
I spent a long time after that racking my brain. But I could never remember. On that night, when the mysterious Winifred handed that card to me, had it been as solid and lustrous and with such a deep sea blue sheen as it was that day when I was shot.
So there was an enchantment on the card. Ah, that's sweet. For a moment, the steady ticking of the clock on the wall is the only sound in the room.
Oh.
You never told us any of this before.
yes.
Right, these stories are amazing. A card that protected you in the heat of battle. Boy, how I wish I could have seen it. The boy's face is alight with wonder.
I'm sorry, my boy. I'll probably never get to see it. I lost it sometime later during my work.
Oh.
Oh, was that when you were a director? The old man's eyes close, as if sifting through decades of trivial memories.
I don't think so. Back then I was busy trying to make ends meet. I carried my notebook everywhere, hoping to find a job.
But later on you made it, didn't you? Robin cocks his head up, full of pride in his father.
That, too, was fate, my boy. In the face of the divine, all we can do is accept God's plan. Ever since I survived on the battlefield and never adopted the mission God had bestowed upon me, He inspired me to continue my search for vampires until the end of my life.
As he speaks, a rare flush colors the old man's face, reminiscent of his once reckless and stubborn self. Cute. Don't you think you should rest for a bit? Brian shakes his head.
Time stops for no one, my dear. And right now, it's not on my side.
He turns to the next page in his notebook.
When the war ended, I was discharged. It was then that I enrolled at the University of Southern California to study film. I had hoped to create a film, one that belonged to the vampires and to me.
Huh. Oh? House. Very descriptive.
Hey!
Now listen, Brian, tomorrow's your big shot, your first solo shoot. Don't screw it up, capiche? Oh, God, Italian. I cannot do an Italian. Hey, he actually has a model. That's nice. God, no, I'm thinking about it, but I cannot do an Italian accent. Not even a shoddy one. These highfalutin? What is that word even? These highfalutin dames, one in their own silver screen moments, they're out of our leagues, man. They don't give a damn about your vampire flick fantasies, and they sure as hell ain't planning to play a part in your picture, do you savvy? Do you savvy? What the hell, are you a pirate now? Yes, Mr. Danny. If the brass gets wind of any more beef when you're concerned, you'll be out on the street, and you can take your cockamamie? God, old-timey speak. Cockamamie dreams with ya. Brian quietly tucks his notebook into his pocket. Buckle down, because tomorrow's client is loaded. The film industry is in the pits right now, and scratching up a job ain't no walk in the park. Without the dough from this job, you'll never get your dreams off the ground. He gives Brian a symbolic slap on the shoulder. Oh? Mr. Brian? Mr. Brian? The lady of the house is ready for you. She's waiting in the drawing room. Thank you. I'll be right there. He shakes his head, hastily putting away his notebook. He takes a deep breath and hurries to the drawing room. Ma'am, are you in there? I'm Brian from Divine Union Pictures. I'm here to shoot your film.
Huh.
Enter. Hey, there we go. You're about to meet her again.
It seemed that this was just another one of God's little jokes. But I least expected the gears of fate locked in place once again. And as they turned, the noise nearly deafened me.
Wow. Her promotional art piece, nice. Nice to meet you, new guy. Nice to meet you.
Huh.
Mr. Danny, didn't come with you? What a shame. I thought we worked quite well together. Brian opens his mouth but finds himself speechless. The poor guy. The figure before him is both alien and familiar, like a beautiful bubble one cannot bear to burst. Oh well, I trust your company, and you won't let me down, will you?
Of course.
Of course not, Miss, Winifred. It's a pleasure to work with you. She extends her hand. You look as young as ever. Have we met before? Instead of waiting for an answer, she gives a nonchalant chuckle that turns into a gentle yawn. I get that a lot. Usually from discerning customers angling for a bargain on whatever treasure they have their eye on. But a little flattery can easily sway those of us seasoned by time. I will accept the compliment, however. Just know that you'll have to do much more than that if you're looking to get a bonus from me, young man. You need to show a little more heart. If you send me the footage a week early, or maybe extend its duration to... She earnestly haggles to herself. Do you really not remember me? Back at that officers' club,
Oh.
A heady silence fills the air.
Oops.
I'm truly sorry. As you can see, I've tried my best to recall. Okay. Will she ever remember him? Or is she pretending not to know him? Okay, this is fun. Just a popcorn movie. The popcorn is already crunchy and delicious, so there's no need to waste time finding a good movie to watch. I need to buy myself some popcorn again. God, I'm in the mood for popcorn now immediately the moment I saw the word. Brian returns the business card to its owner's hand. Oh, will she realize finally? Oh, the bullet hole. Oh, buddy, is this how you're gonna lose it? The card is severely worn. The bullet hole and scratches almost entirely obscure its original appearance. I've always wanted to thank you in person, Miss Winifred. Whether you remember me or not, your business card saved my life. I just never imagined I'd meet you like this. Oh. She waves her hand dismissively and places the card on the table. So it's you. What a surprise. Clearly, perfunctory pleasantries cannot dampen Brian's enthusiasm.
Yes.
Yes, I never imagined that after all these years, you would look exactly the same as I remembered. Now I'm all the more certain. You must be a vampire, at least 1/8 of your blood is vampiric. It aligns perfectly with my script. My goal is to lift the veil of mystery hanging over vampires, to expose those false legends and rumors. He becomes more excited as he speaks, scribbling in his notebook. Just thinking about it, Miss Winifred, don't you want to finally change the public's misconception about vampires?
At least.
At least we can show the world a more beautiful, more regal image. Winifred shakes her head and reclines on her fashionable Persian sofa. Well, Mr. Brian, how are you going to do that? With a film!
Of course.
A film, of course! I'm planning to make one about vampires. The only thing that no one's willing to invest in, and I haven't finished the script yet. But I believe that as long as you're willing to be the leading lady, everything will fall into place. Maybe you could start with a personal documentary. You know, investigating your lineage and family, the untold past of vampires. That would surely catch the investors' attention. It's the perfect opportunity to tap into a new market. I'd say your idea has legs, Mr. Bryan.
Oh.
Oh. But I'm afraid I'm not interested. It's as if cold water has been splashed on Bryan's face.
Why?
I don't care about movies. Sitting still for 2 or 3 hours is more like a subtle punishment than a pleasure. Besides, staring at a screen for such a long time robs our eyes of their brightness. That's the kind of damage no amount of cosmetics can save. So this is interesting. I know a bit from the few voice lines I know about her that she keeps asking about movies and TV. Is the interaction with Bryan here gonna somehow invoke the interest in her or implant the interest in her for movies? So what kind of film do you want from us? Talk show like The Night Show would be great. No one needs to go anywhere. We can all just relax on the sofa, chat about fashionable, superficial things, and laugh without a care in the world. We could also adopt a theme that captures life's little fragments, then piece them back together. Yes, that would be interesting. She stretches languidly, looking expectantly at the cameraman before her. Mr. Danny promised me just that. What was it? A comfortable atmosphere, simple requirements, and no need to lift a finger. Bryan sets down his notebook, sighing in resignation. Winifred nods contentedly. She eyes the wall clock. 3:15. Excellent. We'll get started shortly. The client I have scheduled for this afternoon is due any moment now. We should be able to glean some free, authentic material. As you wish, ma'am. Client? Bryan is adept with the camera and is serious about capturing every shot. They successfully film Winifred's leisurely afternoon, just as she had hoped. Afternoon tea, strolls in the garden, sunbathing. There is no doubt that Winifred is pleased with them. Okay, knocks. This knocking seems rougher than usual. Hey! Winifred! Winifred! Open up! I know you're in there!
Oops.
Look, friends, it seems we have another ill-mannered customer. She faces the camera, offering a more polite smile than usual. What's going on now? Regardless, the customer always comes first. She steps forward and opens the door. Welcome, Mr. Madison. My, it's been a long time since we last met, hasn't it? What a nostalgic reunion this is. We saw each other just last month, Miss Winifred. His voice is accident with hints of barely repressed anger. You sold me that memory lamp, saying it could faithfully record all it illuminates. But in actual fact... He flips the switch. The lamp casts a warm yellow light. Yes, just like this. Just imagine, you'll be able to eternally cherish the warmest, most beautiful scenes of your entire family under this very light. Just think, no more worrying about maintaining picture frames or power outages. All you need is a little bit of arcane energy, and you can preserve everything, even their voices. Oh, what a joyous scene. Just thinking about it brings a tear to the eye. This memory lamp is a one-of-a-kind piece. Snag it now for the low price of... Is that the thing that was recorded on it? It turns off the lamp.
Huh.
Well, it's running smoothly, and the image is clear enough. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it, no? It certainly meets the standards of my other goods. Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Madison.
That's precisely the issue.
It's ridiculous.
When you were selling me the lamp, it recorded our little test run perfectly. But after I took it home, no matter how many adjustments I made, even after I busted its bulb, the image didn't change one iota.
Oh.
And is there something wrong with that, Mr. Madison?
She tilts. Oh my god, is that just one-time use lamp and they use it on the test run? She tilts her head, appearing somewhat puzzled.
Just as I advised, it can faithfully record all it illuminates. Poor little lamp. This is the reward you get for working hard and doing your job to the letter.
She runs her fingers across the scratches on the lamp's surface and sighs deeply.
Weren't you the one who asked for a preview of how the lamp worked?
Oh my god, am I right? That's right.
My heart was just as heavy as yours in that moment. What a shame that you couldn't just trust the quality of my product without having to use up its power on a demonstration.
Shoot.
This woman.
That's too far.
You charlatan! You really capitalist! His fist clenches and his face flushes with anger.
Oops.
Our transaction was entirely above board, as you well know. Besides, getting rough now would only land you in a heap of legal trouble.
She points amiably at the camera, documenting the entire affair.
Of course, if you so desire, I do offer a buyback service at 1/10 of the original price.
The man storms out, slamming the door behind him.
How disappointing.
Upon the exits of this guest, the day's filming ends as scheduled.
That's a wrap.
Oh.
You're looking a little down, Mr. Bryan.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Miss Winifred. Winifred? Winifred. I was just wondering if this scene would fit in your documentary. It was quite a negative encounter.
There's no need to worry about that. I think it possesses a certain comedic quality, don't you? It reminds me of an episode of The Night Show, which you just have to watch, by the way. Just be careful you don't bust a gut laughing.
She lives in her own little world.
By that point, I had to admit that Miss Winifred wasn't the vampire I'd imagined. In fact, our brief, dreamlike encounters hadn't allowed me to truly understand her.
But
Even then, I clung to my belief, hoping in vain to find what I so desperately wanted to be true. I continued to pour my heart into the documentary, the vessel of my vampiric passion.
The poor guy at the whims of a vampire. Or rather, sorry. For mermaid. The Dodge Dreamer. We have taken in many patients who, after giving up their dreams, are now living quite well. Alright. How much forward are we jumping? The finished reels are piled up like a mountain. Okay, we're still in the same period. They reflected Brian's furrowed brow on their surfaces, his struggle and embarrassment laid bare on the mountainside.
no.
This one's no good. It just doesn't carry the weight of what I want to express. The symbolism's totally missing and the framing's all wrong.
He removes the reel, replacing it with a new one. He watches in hope. This one too. The props are all over the place. Miss Winifred, you really shouldn't have eaten those grapes. They were meant to balance the shot. Another reel is set aside. He sighs in resignation. This one's even worse. The composition's been completely ruined, and the props you added seem to symbolize some kind of material desire, which is totally confusing the message of the film. The insinuations are terrible. Winifred nods to Brian, offering a polite apology.
You're very diligent, Mr. Brian. I'm sure Mr. Danny would be pleased with all this. Of course, I'll give you a glowing review for the work you've done. I'm not sure I understand. Once again, you prove that my coins have been well spent. It appears I haven't lost my neck for striking a good deal.
It's not just about the money, Miss Winifred. At least not for me. He stares at Winifred, who appears indifferent to this declaration. After a moment's hesitation, he cannot help but go on. Miss Winifred, with all due respect,
Please.
we should reshoot this material. Over the next few days, I'll prepare more reels and plan a new script for you.
Oh.
I can't lie to you, ma'am. The truth is, the footage we have now is almost totally unusable. It's monotonous and hollow, and even with extensive editing, it won't meet the standards of a truly great documentary. I'll handle any additional costs. You just need to... Winifred cuts him off.
I don't think that'll be necessary, Mr. Brian. I've seen the shots. They're terrific.
Brian's tone verges on vexation.
What?
You have to be kidding, right? Look, we'll watch them again, and I'll explain major flaws to you. Then you'll see for yourself, I swear.
You're an outstanding cinematographer, Mr. Brian. You don't need to prove that to me anymore.
Why?
Then why won't you agree to my proposal?
To be honest, I don't really care about the quality of the documentary. All I need is for it to be made and become a shiny new addition to my display case.
Don't you care about its artistic value at all?
Absolutely not. But being in vogue, that's what really matters. You have to understand that women of a certain social class are only interested in new and trends can change at the drop of a hat.
Wait, how is the sentence written? You have to understand that women of a certain social class are only interested in the new. That's what I missed. Okay.
If we don't hurry up and finish shooting this thing, I'll be left in the dust by that prestigious circle, chock full of treasure and opportunities. That's what I'm really afraid of. Could you imagine me, a has-been, an outcast of the new age, bankrupt without a penny to my name? I've seen that story play out more times than I care to recall.
She shakes her head dramatically, as if the very notion chills her to the core.
I see.
I understand, Miss Winifred. Let's get on with the shoot. Brian shakes his head. He lets out a long sigh, but says no more. The poor guy. Time to shoot a small talk segment. Miss Winifred, I'm not sure I'm the right person for this kind of chat.
No, it's fine. We can make do with what we have. Now, let's get started. Just relax and talk about whatever interests you.
It's gonna be vampires. She leans back, settling into a comfortable position on the sofa.
Okay.
Alright.
May I ask?
Forgive my noisiness, but have you really never believed in the existence of vampires?
I've been around, Brian. Seen a lot of places and met many people, but I've never once laid eyes on even half of what you call a vampire. Of course, plenty of people have tried to buy such secrets from me. And believe me, were there any credence to these rumors, I'd been working to profit from them myself.
She shakes her head in resignation.
But
how then do you explain your appearance? The times seem to have no effect on you whatsoever. If that's not because of some special bloodline, then what else could possibly explain it? Money. Sometimes the answer is far simpler than you think, Mr. Brian. Money is a potent magic. It grants everyone who possesses it a longer life, a healthier body, and a more radiant appearance. Regardless of the era.
Huh.
Naturally, I am a beneficiary of its
Largesse?
largesse and shall continue to be so.
okay.
Well, you're not wrong about that.
But
He closes his notebook. I must say, I never imagined you would be so pragmatic yet so profoundly cruel. Winifred nods, fully understanding his frustration.
The truth will never satisfy everyone. Well, that's the reality of the situation. Trust me, I'm truly sorry for you, Brian.
Brian's disappointment deepens. He rises to his feet. Miss Winifred, I'm afraid I'll have to withdraw my invitation. You're not fit to play the role of the vampire in my film. You're nothing like her. Not at all. You're the true vampire of our world. A dyed in the wool capitalist. Damn. The final shoot is complete. Rest assured, ma'am, Divine Union Pictures will edit the film and send it to you as soon as possible. We won't delay your pursuit of the latest craze for a second longer than necessary. Brian bows in her direction and departs without looking back.
Goodbye. I wish you all the best, Mr. Brian.
Brian, you dingus, she told you what she is. She literally told you what she is. You're just so hyperfixated on vampires.
And so, that was the last time I ever saw Miss Winifred. I couldn't accept her choices, just as she couldn't stomach my stubbornness. A huge, irreparable rift stood decisively between us, and I no longer believed she had anything to do with the fantasies of my childhood. I even started to think that everything I once firmly believed in was laughable. Absurd, even. After that, I threw myself into a career more concerned with reality, and I tried my best to awaken from that unreachable dream. I couldn't really say whether I succeeded in my ideals or in my career.
Poor guy. Alright, how is this gonna end? Because I'm presuming all of these always have like 6 parts. New England Dream. The work belongs to the production company, to the investors and to the business plan, but not to the author. Oh, ain't that the truth in a lot of cases. Oh.
Hey!
Oh boy, the newsboy's back. Extra, extra!
Look at this.
A highly anticipated movie, New England Dream, is about to hit the silver screen. Another masterpiece, following in the grisly tradition of Nosferatu, Dracula, and The Curse of Frankenstein. That's a selection of movies. It is the most pure and flawless vampire in film history, guaranteed to make your heart skip a beat. Behold the mysteries of an immortal race. May I have a newspaper?
Thank you.
15 cents. Thank you, ma'am.
Look!
Today's big news. The movie New England Dream is about to premiere.
critics have been pouring their acclaim on the film. Renowned critic Maxwell praises its intricate details and imaginative and dreamlike plot. Director Brian Finn has once again created a masterpiece. The chairman of the International Illumination Film Festival lauds its aesthetic framing and composition. He cites a strong Finn style, which indicates Finn's active exploration of the vampire subgenre.
Whoa! That was just exhausting. Especially with that pitch. Woo! Okay, auto-scrolling on the wait. Are we done? I think we are. 1970s. Okay, so that is... Actually... No. Is it the same Newsboy? I think it is, right? Wait, where was the... Yeah. No. Or yes? God, I'm getting confused now. Anyway, what did I miss? Critics have been pouring their acclaim on the film. Okay, yeah. Critics have been pouring their acclaim on the film. Renowned critic Maxwell praises its intricate detail and imaginative dreamlike... Oh, wait, no. The eternally youthful image of the female lead is unforgettable. A Hollywood masterpiece with a quintessentially European flair. The preview was a huge success, garnering rave reviews. Alright. Okay, thud. The newspaper in Brian's hand is crumpled into a ball and thrown to the floor.
That's too far!
Holy shit, you're already speaking with that voice.
This is all wrong. After the preview, I repeatedly emphasized to everyone that the film absolutely cannot be released in its current state. It's still riddled with serious flaws. It needs further revision. If I can't fix them, my film will never reach perfection. It'll never live up to this idea everyone has of it being some kind of masterpiece.
He paces the office, scratching at his increasingly sparse hair.
But months have passed and I haven't changed a thing. I have to deliver the final cut of the film today.
He falls dejectedly into his chair.
What do I do? How can I present such an unfinished, fractured piece of work?
A determined look comes across his face as he shakes his head.
No, it would be an insult to vampires. A colossal stain on my directorial career.
He stumbles to the desk and grabs the phone, the dial spinning like a whirligig? Whirligig, okay.
That's right. I must postpone it a few more weeks. Just a fortnight will do. I'm sure I can find some inspiration and fix all those problems.
Okay, knocking. Before the call can connect, a visitor arrives at the office door.
Hurry up!
Brian! You've been dodging us for months! I know you're in there! Bang! The door flies off its hinges and crashes to the ground.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Brian.
Hey! What in God's name are you doing? You can't just break into people's property like this!
You know I'm here, Mr. Big Shot Director. How many times have you put off the release of this picture, pal? Do I need to remind you? Or have you come up with a new excuse? Brian is momentarily speechless.
Why?
I've told you so many times that the preview went well and all the critics loved New England Dream. So what's the problem, buddy? What are you still not satisfied with? There's no way this film will tarnish your reputation in any way. In fact, this will shoot you to superstardom. You'll be huge! The next big sensation on all the lips of everyone in Hollywood! God of music, Jesus.
I don't care about any of that. New England Dream is my lifelong work. It has to be flawless. It's...
Enough! Don't you see you're hurting everyone involved? Do you have any idea how much money we've lost to make this happen? The whole crew's livelihood is hanging on this thing. You're planning on dragging them down with you? Brian's face turns red but he still stubbornly clings to the copy of the film in his hand.
I see. I understand, but New England Dream isn't ready for the big screen. We need to stop promoting it immediately, lower everyone's expectations, and apologize in the press. Don't worry, I'll write the apology letter. I just need a little time to fix the problems with the film.
Shoot.
You've totally lost it, haven't you? He waves his hand, signaling the security personnel behind him. Grab the stuff, we're done waiting.
Please.
Come on, hand it over, Mr. Brian. Jesus. The struggle is brief. Brian collapses to the floor. The audience, the theaters, and a boatload of investors have all been waiting for it. New England Dream is more than just your baby.
No!
You can't do this! This is my life's work! It's not finished!
Please.
Give it back to me, I promise I'll make it perfect! Poor guy. 1990s Eternity's House. Ooh, we are jumping ahead again. Please forgive my dragging feet and the hard head. It wasn't until today that I finally mustered up the courage to send you a copy of this film. Oh, is this a letter from Brian? Regrettably, even after 20 years, I've never been able to perfect the final edit. To find those missing pieces. It's tormented me endlessly. I hope it doesn't repulse you.
Sincerely, Brian Finn.
Oh my god, I made a soul now.
What's wrong? What's wrong, ma'am? Ever since that reel landed in your lap today, you've been all shades of blue. You even dug up that old newspaper. Bless your heart, still so attached to those old things.
She carefully removes the film from the projector. The film that has traversed a great deal of time and distance to find her.
You've kept it in fine condition. Thank you.
Just doing my job, ma'am. Are you sure you're okay? The woman looks at her in the same way a worried mother looks at her child.
It's okay. I'm fine.
She runs her fingers along the aged Persian sofa, feeling the subtle texture under her fingertips.
So much time has passed. Don't you worry, ma'am.
Even though my eyes aren't what they used to be, I can still say that you look wonderful. The Lord's been kind to you, that's for sure.
Huh.
I need to step out for a moment.
Oh, is there more? Oh, there is more. Oh, okay. The Departure and New England. One roll of film, 23.7 kilograms. More than 70 years of struggle. Holy shit. The guy's lifelong dream.
Oh no!
Oh boy. That's condition seems to be getting worse. I'm really worried he might, His sister shushes him.
Shh, I think he's fallen asleep. Let's not wake him. It's been so long since he had a good rest.
I had no idea he had so much on his mind. Even now he can't stop thinking about his vampire film.
That's a good thing, Robin. That's a good thing.
The daughter murmurs to herself, tapping her fingers on the edge of the bed.
At least.
At least Dad's still got something to hang on to. I think that's what's keeping him alive, in spite of his bad eyes and old war wounds. It's by God's grace that she's still here with us.
He. He. But I do wish Dad could fulfill his dream. It's not the sickness that'll do him in, it's the regret, the kind that eats away at you. The old man's grip on the notebook remains strong, as if something immensely important is still gnawing at him. Oh, the poor guy. Suddenly the old man cries out, his body trembling as if in the throes of a nightmare.
That's my final say. Enough! Don't send anyone else to try and sweet-talk me anymore. I won't have it.
Dad?
No. No name. Don't put my name on it. It's got nothing to do with Brian Fallon.
Despite desperate and helpless words spill from his quivering lips. Oh, the poor guy.
I don't give a damn. This is not my movie. I love you, all of you. You went ahead and screened it, and now it's a stain on my name forever. Shoot. Damn it. To hell with you investors.
The old man gasps for air, seeming to calm down for a moment.
Oh dear.
Are you alright? The doctor. We've got to get Dr. David here now. Just hang in there a little longer. Just a little longer. A little while longer.
Hurry up!
Robin, quick! We need to hurry. I'll go with you. Alright. The children rush out the door. The room returns to its original calm. Brian looks like a baby, tucked in a cradle. Footsteps approach, a sound both alien and familiar, creaking on the wooden floor. Aww. The old man struggles to rise and force open his eyes. He is desperate to see.
Is that you? Have you come at last?
The beautiful silhouette sits beside him once again.
Mr. Brian, still as frantic as ever, I see.
I'm sorry. My apologies, Miss Winifred, that you have to see me in such a state.
Everyone's day comes. When youth and vigor quietly slip away, we claw at it, but we're ultimately helpless to stop it. Be it you or me.
She chuckles.
I've seen stories about you in many newspapers over the years. Your career's been a successful one.
No, those empty accolades are nothing to boast about. Besides, I didn't even put my name on New England Dream. The investors and I never saw eye to eye. They took everything, left me with nothing but the original copy.
The old man strokes his notebook, falling silent for some time. Finally, some cautious words leave his mouth.
Did you get the film I sent you?
Huh.
Of course, it's well made, beautiful visuals, exquisite costumes, and the plot's interesting enough. A superior vampire film. Your vampire had a long life, yet she still maintained her original purity and enthusiasm. It was touching.
But,
The old man fumbles for words, unable to articulate a complete sentence.
You want to know what your film was missing, don't you?
if you're willing to tell me.
Time, Brian. Time.
Brian's fingers loosen, and the notebook opens to a blank page.
How do you view time, Mr. Brian? Time is neither our friend nor our foe. It simply is. It passes over everything we experience equally and without mercy. Maybe money and that special bloodline you believe in can stave off the erosion of time on our bodies. But how can they resist its impact on our hearts? Your New England dream granted her eternity. But why did you cruelly deprive her of the right to have her soul worn away by time? It's a story so beautiful that it's almost a dream, but it destroys itself in its own beauty.
Miss Winifred, your insight penetrates to the core of my work.
Brian closes the notebook, his wrinkles soothing out as resignation comes over him.
You always saw straight through me, didn't you?
I'm not the vampire you hope for. I'm just an ordinary person. A person bearing a curse.
Of course. Of course you are. Knowing this now, clear as day, I feel even more regretful.
His face flushed red, as if struggling against something formidable.
Yes. Time will change us, perhaps us beyond recognition. This is a painful, obvious, and dismal fact. So? It's precisely because of that fact that I searched so hard for a true vampire. I was trying to convince myself that there's a treasure in this world that's eternal, something untouched by time's cruel hands. It was entirely out of my own selfishness that I did so. It was this obsession that left my film forever incomplete.
Brian clings to the notebook with stubborn resolve.
But it's almost impossible for me to let go of this selfishness. I've been wrestling with myself for over 20 years, even until now.
Huh.
It must have been a long and brutal war.
That's right. You couldn't be more right. It's claimed the twilight years of my life left me bedridden, sightless, and battling illness, and I couldn't change a thing.
A gentle sea breeze whispers by.
Mr. Brian, there's something important that you're overlooking.
Huh?
The breeze gently caresses Brian's stiff limbs. Oh, ooh. Oh, there's more? Oh, this is still going. Shh, this is you forever. Okay. Actually, wait, let me remind myself. How many parts did the last one have? But yeah, she wasn't of the same rarity. Oh no, it did have 8. Okay, I'm misremembering. Oh, I'm misremembering because of these. I haven't read these, of course. I only opened these so I can do the what's called the reminisce thingy to get the rewards out of the reward track, the point track. Right. These have 8. Yeah, it even says 8 here. I completely forgot. Completely forgot. Anyway, this is you forever. A memorial page that is far from being a proper memorial. Okay, final one. When does aging catch up with us? Is it when we can no longer leap 2 steps at a time up the stairs? Or when the past is quietly forgotten and the number of white bottles in the cabinet keeps growing? Or is it when time finally erodes the promise of childhood dreams and we are forced to leave them behind?
Miss Winifred, don't you think my stubbornness is meaningless?
Not in the least, Mr. Brian. Because you found something that isn't eroded by time, haven't you? To this day, time hasn't changed your ideals. You still hold them tightly, unwilling to let go. I admire your conviction.
The old man perks up as if he'd just been given a dose of adrenaline.
I suppose I'll achieve the ultimate victory soon, then. How wonderful, Miss Winifred.
Remembering something, he strains to lift his head again.
So, then, will you still accept a copy of my film?
A soft sigh falls upon his ears.
I'm sorry. I can't accept it.
Yes, I understand. It's not good enough. It's much too insignificant among your exquisite and unique collection.
No, Mr. Bryan. It's because it's too precious for me to endure its eventual loss. How long will this roll of film last? 20? 50 years? Maybe a little longer? It's cruel to make someone as old... It's cruel to make someone so old see something so precious fade away.
Huh? Speaking of herself in third person, okay.
She has to watch as it's worn by time, witness its shape, warp, and curl. Just as she has countless times before.
Bryan smiles helplessly.
That's right. Yes, you're right. I can fully understand what you're saying. Besides, I can't run away in a huff like I did when I was young anymore.
Huh.
I have a gift for you too.
Please don't, Miss Winifred. I'm so old now. I can't repay you with anything of value. Are you trying to return that same pain to me?
Winifred doesn't answer. Instead, she stands up and slowly approaches the bed. The cool sea breeze seems to draw nearer. A few drops of warm liquid fall onto his face, like soft rain, or like a voice that has long been absent. Oh?
Mr. Bryan, I remember those eyes from long ago. Green, timid, puerile, but also filled with immense courage and passion.
I can see.
Warmth rushes through every inch of his body, like an athlete finally returning to a familiar track. The tears of a mermaid? Is that what just happened? Strength gradually returns to his body. He breathes deeply, his lungs filling with fresh air. His vision clears, and the hands before him, still youthful and unscathed by bullet marks, clasp together in disbelief. The sound of the tide becomes clearer in his ears. It is the earnest echo of the time, more than 60 years ago.
Are they all alive?
The tables, chairs, and books swim in this boundless blue sea, tacitly dancing that same dance he saw all those years ago.
Oh, I remember this dance. It danced so well, so joyfully, that it made me forget all my pain.
This is gonna be her final present to him before he passes away, I wonder. He's gonna see visions of his past, happy memories. His memories awaken.
Yes, this is it. This is the house from my dreams. I've returned. Miss Winifred, was it you? Have you given me this dream?
Oh. Hey.
Mr. Bryan, what a pleasure it is to see you again.
She reaches out her hand, as if greeting an old friend after many years.
It's true. It's really you. So it's always been you, hasn't it?
Aww. He reaches out a trembling hand, as if trying to touch the dream from his childhood.
Yes, it's me, my friend.
Aww. Time flows forward. The water rises, then silently falls back to its origin.
Hurry up!
Dr. David, please hurry. Dad's just in there. They open the door.
Dad!
The room has returned to its original state, indistinguishable from when they left. The old man on the bed no longer stirs. Oh. His mouth is curved into a slight smile, as though he has drifted away into a sweet and peaceful dream. The notebook lies on his chest, no longer clutched in his hands. It has fallen open like a silent tombstone. A new page is presented, one bearing elegant handwriting in still wet ink. Aww. Oh, still going. Thus he lived. Oh. Okay, come on. Don't do the auto-scrolling now. Okay. And that's how it ends. Okay, well, the game decided to auto-scroll the last couple of very important scenes, and I like to read it a lot very slowly, so allow me to fire up the recording. Alright, so the part that I missed. Thus he lived a life fulfilled. He never owed anything to anyone, but be they colleagues, lovers, children, or friends. And not for a single moment did he ever abandon his ideals. In memory of a brave old friend who steadfastly held to himself amid the raging rapids of time. That was sweet. And yes, if it was a tiny bit audible in my voice there at the end, at the end of that whole bit, with her giving the old man a nice little peaceful dream and a sweet little goodbye, essentially. It did get to me a bit. Not gonna lie, this one did get to me a bit. I see why you guys kind of hyped this one up a bit. This was very nice. This was very nice and very sweet. And bittersweet. Bittersweet is pretty much the best word to describe this in one go. But we are not done yet, cause like with Vicky last time, I'm gonna be checking out her full thing.
It's good to have you here, no matter if you found a bargain or suffered a loss.
Thank you. Alright, let's see. So, Eternity. An Arcanist's work exhibited in the 1990s for over a century, completed in winter on December 25th. Huh, interesting. Her birthday is basically around the corner. First exhibited in Exeter? I guess Exeter? I don't know, it's USA, so who knows. The exhibit was later displayed all over America. Medium blue blood, afflatus everlasting, Tridancnine, mineral sale of magical items. Oh, alright. Fragrance note. Aquatic seawater, basil, patchouli, ambergris. Alright. I'm gonna leave the voice for last. First off, these three items. Eurybia, the Ocean Series. That's the price for them, 780. Released in 1893 by Eurybia, the Ocean Series immediately became the upper class's favorite for its artful design and the unique color, which is slightly brighter than the Prussian blue. As times pass, this color has gradually become the color of Eurybia. These are that old? Damn. These earrings are probably worth quite a lot, just as an antiquity. Eurybia Century Collection 1893 series sling bag god, that bag is also that old? Holy hell. How do you maintain it for so long? Invaluable? Alright. In 1993, the collection made its debut at New York's Spring-Summer Fashion Week in Bryant Park. At the time, Eurybia, known for its jewel series, was already one of the leading brands in the fashion industry. Until today, the demand for this purse remains extremely high among luxury collectors. No kidding, with a price tag as invaluable? Damn. And the last thing is early Victorian period antique jewelry. Okay, this one is actually pricey, 4,200. A classic piece of jewelry from the Romantic period, early Victorian era. Unlike from the Victorian era, unlike stamped jewelry, the nature-themed patterns on it were hand-carved by skillful jewelers. God, I hate pronouncing that word. Always stumbling upon it. What's more, its current owner's glamour is a good compliment to its beauty. That it really is. I'm actually surprised that this thing is not more worth, considering it's handcrafted. Damn. Okay, let's see about this. Sealed candy jar. At the end of the 19th century, torches constantly lit up by the night sky of Exeter, a frontier town in the USA. The door of her store was closed. In a dimly lit room on the shelf stood many candy jars. The last young buyer of these candies had been sent to the crowded shabby cemetery, if you prefer to call it that, 3 months ago. Too many farms had been destroyed in the Civil War, and plague was not the only terrible thing to develop from the ashes. Fear of an unknown future also gradually turned into madness. The candies were taken down. Instead, the store owners now stocked their shelves with garlic necklaces and bottles of holy water. More and more vampires were brought to trial, and the seed of suspicion grew in everyone's mind. The once friendly residents became ruthless intruders and broke into the woman's house, despite the help she had provided them. But they found nothing in her house. It seemed to have been long abandoned. The floor was covered in dead shellfish, under which there were marks of dried blue blood. Peace didn't come back to the town of Exeter until the day when everyone heard about a disease called tuberculosis. Oh god. Alright, from the prince's perspective. I've had enough. Oh, Reno's sense of humor never lets me down. Hey, cute little prince, do you understand the beauty of the night show? Oh, that's the host. I don't. How am I supposed to understand it? I'm just a frog. The phone rings. Oh, damn it. Who's trying to ruin such a wonderful night? Do they have to call? Hello? You have reached eternity. Oh, Miss Martha. The prince? Sure, yes, I found the best prince for you. Oh no, don't look at me. Are you gonna do the same thing to me, like what you did to torture my brother? No, I don't want to become a human. Oh, they're actual frogs. Alright. Yes, it's been a pleasure. Best wishes to your beautiful destined love. Good night. You're a shameless profiteer with no conscience. The mating one brings more than $1 million to me in every deal. Such a miracle maker. So, human skin doesn't feel as bad as your own skin, right, little prince? There's no bigger tragedy than this. Wave the wand and you'll become a tall, handsome cutie. Huh, what a romantic story. What a disaster. What the hell? So I'm guessing this is a snippet from... Actually, no, what is this from? Huh, what is this from? Very curious. I'm thinking, but probably it isn't. I'm thinking because she's so enamored by jelly, by jellyfish. If she was one, but someone turned her into a human being, and now she's cursed to remain a human for forever. I wonder if that's the case. Because otherwise, why would this story be about a frog in here that turns into a human but was a frog before and is not really liking it? And whoever this is seems to be turning them into cutie patooties, so you guys can correct me if I'm right or wrong, but anyway, one more. Okay, Utu and Eternity interview. The special guest of the show. Okay, Pandora. Please understand that I must turn you down, Eternity. I will never do such a stupid opening. This is an exclusive interview, not a talk show. Too bad. You know, the night show is my favorite. I've always wanted to be a guest on those shows. As you can see, this is what we do. I'd appreciate it if you could cooperate. So, Eternity, could you tell us about that big business deal you made some days ago? We all know it led to a dispute between you and the Foundation. Oh, you mean the Invisible Mantle deal? The Invisible the Harry Potter mantle, really? The Invisible Mantle is, as suggested by its name, invisible itself. But my client thought it was a mantle that could make the wearer invisible. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. It's not my fault that they didn't understand how it worked before purchase. Purchase, was it? I see. That's very clever. Well, I know what I'm doing. I might be over 100 years old, but I always keep my head clear so I can enjoy life to its fullest. It would be devastating if nothing remained of me but a pair of lips. Now that you mention it, I think a revealing cloak would be perfect for you. As a thank you for this interview, I'll give you a one-of-a-kind deal. What do you say? Always the salesperson. Always the salesperson. Even Pandora is not safe from her. Okay. This is interesting. And last but not least, let's go over her voice files. So the only voice files of her that I heard was when she was in the menu and I could occasionally hear her speak there. So let's hear this. Actually, I never check. Right, this says... Actually, I'm just curious.
Do you have anything to tell me, young lady? No, not those cliched greetings. It should be a tender one, with some heartwarming words. How do you greet your mother?
Hey, sorry. Absolutely not. I never greet my mother like that. Anyway, I'm just curious, who is voicing you in Japanese? Because I'm expecting a certain voice actor. Let's see if I'm there.
あらお嬢さん、私に言いたいことがありそうね。違うわ、そういう社交辞令じゃなくて、もっと優しく、心が温まるような。
Okay.
あなた、自分のお母様とご挨拶したことなくて？
Okay, it is the exact vocal performance that I was expecting. Kind of the voice actor, maybe not as deep as I was expecting it to be. I was expecting someone else. But why does it immediately start with... Oh my god. Anyway, back to English. Suitcase climate.
When reaching my age, most people are just like the thick cloud in the sky, burdened with cumulative agony and joy. Their countenance also demonstrates the story of aging, which is quite hard to ease.
To the future.
There will be a day when I defeat those geniuses at lawn bowls. I just need some more practice. Or a little more patience.
Alright. Yeah, you can outlive them.
Hey, my child. Do you have a television here? I'd fancy taking a nap with my blanket on the sofa. It's always good to have you here, no matter if you found a bargain or suffered a loss.
Yeah, that's the one in the menu.
Young people are all the same. They don't cherish the day. Don't look at me like that. I'm speaking from experience.
What do you mean? It's currently 9:48 in the morning, and I started recording at around 7:30 in the morning. What do you mean, don't cherish... Okay, why am I saying this? I'm 37. I'm old as fuck. Anyway, Bond morning.
Quit yawning, sleepyhead. Let's play lawn bowls together.
Alright.
All you need to do is hold this umbrella and count my scores.
Sure.
The night offers a chance for all stories. Bloodshed, adoration, impulsion. The world we live in is ever-changing. That's why I love watching the night show. The content is invariable and warmed over. The view is indifferent. And the best part is, it's never late.
That's the line I remember. Something about watching something on a TV, right?
Fall asleep by a warm fireplace. That was the only way I spent my night for a long time. Well, now we have proms and sofas and the 29-inch CRT TVs.
Okay. Hat and hair.
To gain a foothold in these times is no bed of roses. A pretty face is indeed the icing on the cake, but what really matters is a good mind and a clear view of the time. Go on, try holding it, and feel its temperature rising in your hand. Easy, sweetheart. Take it easy.
Okay, so far there are two voice lines that I want to re-listen to in Japanese, because I'm expecting the Japanese ones to be absolutely horny. Anyway, clothing and torso.
Body, the enemy of the ripe old age.
Oh, this is the
friend of the flower of youth.
This is the other voice line I know. Right. Hobby?
The marine animals are a gift from Mother Nature.
And that
Their
one.
meat is fresh, the texture is soft, and their blood is sweet with the unique... Oh,
Yeah?
I'm terribly sorry. It seems it's not a pleasant topic for you.
She blushes on that one. That's funny. Okay.
You are such a brilliant young lady.
Oh,
Would you
why,
mind
thank
being
you.
my apprentice?
Sure.
Well,
Sorry.
before that, I need to ask you one question. Are you allergic to seafood?
No. At least not to the seafood I tried so far in my life. Anyway, intimacy.
No need to propose a toast. Let's just call it a day and go home to watch a vampire movie in bed.
Sure. Chit chat 1.
My immortality allows me to be well informed. No matter the dead or alive, you can have your answer from me as long as the pay is adequate. But, just like anyone with a clear mind won't touch a hot potato, I suggest you keep your little nose clean.
Okay, ma'am. Chit chat
Your
2.
foundation is really a pain in the neck, my child. They had a grudge against me because of the special invisibility cloak, and the feud still continues today. But in my defense, they had a 7-day warranty. What else do they want? Or they can just give it a try, buy one more.
Ever the salesperson. Monologue?
In Exeter, death only
Exeter,
spared
okay.
me. I often feel like a scarecrow. Everything around me keeps changing, growing, and eventually comes to an end. But I remain unchanged and alone.
Aw. Deployment.
Alright, just one thing. I will be home by 10 p.m.
Okay. Pre-battle?
Anyone offer your seat to the senior?
Can you imagine a woman that looks that young goes up to someone who looks older than her in a bus or a train or something? Can you offer your seat to a senior? Yes, who's the senior? Me! What the hell? Select incantation.
Take it easy.
Alright, number 2.
Handle it gently.
Sure. Select 3-star incantation.
Would you buy me a drink?
Yes. Select ultimate.
Bloody prom.
Ugh. Please no, Carrie. Arcane skill 1.
My child, here's something fun for you.
Yes? Mommy? What? Arcane skill 1.
Flying handbag for only 3,000 Sharpedantes.
Skill 2.
Try for free. Try for free.
And the other skill 2.
A little bit hot here.
No, that's just you. Cast ultimate.
The ocean dried and I'm alone again.
Okay. Attacked.
How dare you?
Attack 2. God, these are always funny. Battle victory.
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
Sure.
Well,
An insight.
just a tiny piece of change in my long, calm life.
And I'm gonna guess this one is from the paid skin. Or at least I believe it's a paid skin. Which I don't have. Also... Okay. Let's see. I think it was... Hold on. Let me go back to English. I think it was this one? No, this one.
Quit yawning, sleepyhead.
Yes, this one.
What?
Okay.
大きなあくびね、骨坊さん。一緒にローンボールズをしに行きましょう。お嬢さんは傘をお願いね。あと、点数をしっかりと見ておいて。
She actually said lawn ball in English. What was the other one? Hold on.
To gain a foothold in these... Go on. Try holding it. And feel its temperature.
This one.
こっちへいらっしゃい。さあ、これを握ってみて。どんどん暖かくなってくるでしょ。そのままよ。まだそのまま。まあまあ、そんなに怒らないで。
Exact. Why is Japanese so horny? Why is Japanese hornier than English? Usually the English voice actors are super horny. Why is the Japanese one hornier this time? Nice. Huh. A bit lesser. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of goofing around with this. Okay, this was sweet. This was interesting. And, yeah, interesting character. Need to finish building her. She's still on the list of getting leveled up, promoted, but I finished leveling a couple of things, so that will come eventually. Because I do want to try some of those shenanigans that you guys also said that she can solo quite a lot of stuff. And I kind of want to see that because that sounds funny as hell. But, anyway... This will be it for today. No 3 doors or the somnambulism stuff. This will be for next time when I go and record the first part for Green Lake, because that will fit in better there, because there will be also gameplay in there and stuff like that. But like the last anecdote, this is purely dedicated just to the characters, so this is where we're gonna be stopping it this time. So yeah. Next time we're gonna jump into Green Lake, checking out what that is about, and this poopiness and the bracers. I'm looking forward to it. I wonder what it's gonna be. What it's gonna be about, actually. I have no idea for now. But considering there is a lake, I'm expecting references. I'm hoping there's gonna be a lot of like old horror movie references, because that would be sick. That would be sick. But yeah, anyway, this will be it for today. This was nice. The story, you guys were definitely correct. The story was definitely good for her anecdote. And was very touchy at the end. Like I said, it definitely hit a tiny bit there at the end, with the old man passing and finally having a conclusion to his stuff. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. There is gonna be much more of this and much more of a lot of other things, especially coming in the new year, which is very close. And yeah, if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open. And like I always say, no video will be behind a membership. And as always, guys, thank you very much. Have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Bye bye.